What is up, game changers, soul warriors, and lights of the sun? My name is Master Juniper Bloom Mystique. I am an ascension master, a master healer, and a divine guide, among many things. It's important, and I encourage you to check out this channel because you're going to see things that will absolutely blow your mind if you're open, if your heart is open. You will find things that are not normal. Okay, and so details matter into what is on this channel. Return of Christ related. Okay, from activating pyramids to freeing Jesus's soul, undoing the Holy Grail, clearing the Sistine Chapel, undoing the money matrix, the things that I do were ascension related. Okay, so I encourage you to check it out because if you found me, it is your path home. Okay, there's a reason for everything. So today I need to talk about something very important, and it's about energy. It's about energy and how energy truly works. Spirit wants me to talk about this diligently because I feel like there's some misguided, especially when it comes to the mind and ego. It's not clear on how truly energy works. Plus, we weren't normally energy-based. Um, Components of creation, right? Like this world was not in the matrix based on you creating through energy. It was based on them creating through your energy. Does that make sense? So the matrix was not based on you freely creating through your energy. It was based on them using your energy to create the reality they wish to have. There's a difference. Okay. So as we come into the new earth, because it's here, my friends. Okay. And I get a lot of chills when I say that. The new earth is here. And it's something we need to not fear, but take seriously. We need to be anchored into the correct things, or we can find ourselves going into places we didn't mean to go. Okay. Because energy is so palpable, so powerful, and it doesn't lie, no matter what your mind wants you to think. Okay. So we need to talk about some energy today, okay? Because the old world would use your energy for their agenda, but now you need to use your energy to create your reality in the new earth. So everything you do, everything you think of, everything you pick up, everything you create every day matters. Think of it like energetic waves, right? It's like boom, boom, you're creating waves because we are all energy and energy does not stop moving. If it does, it becomes stagnant and we can't feel free. Okay. So energy should not stop moving. Very important. Okay. Everything is energy. And I do mean everything, your thoughts, your intentions, your belief system, your wants, your emotions, energy and motion, emotion, energy and motion. We are always manifesting. Okay. We are always manifesting and we do it through energy and the waves of energy that we're sending out. Manifesting is truly just creating through the energies. What is it you wish to be? You are living your reality based on what you create in the energy. Every bit of our being down to the quantum level of creation, because that's what I work through, is quantum level states of being. When I activated pyramids, I went into the beginning of time, quantum level creations, okay? We are all particles of energy. Our physical body is just denser energy. Our auric field becomes lighter energy. Okay. Our emotions are energy. Everything we do is energy. And so that's kind of how psychic attacks work. If you have negative thoughts towards somebody and you constantly like, ooh, I don't like, you're sending psychic attacks towards them. You're sending waves of negative energy that not only hurts them, but it hurts you too. So, like my vibration was super high and how do I say this? Somebody chose to again, I call it the asshole energy because it hurts, right? When you pick up negative thoughts towards somebody, when you pick up negative energies and you feel the urge to throw it at them, Don't do that. Okay, do not do that. Do not do that. You can justify it all you want, but Archangel Uriel gave a message I'm going to read in just a second too. So, Spirit, if you're meditating and you feel the need that you have to share with somebody how much they've hurt you, don't do that. Because what you need to be doing that with that is looking within you to what triggered you. What in me is triggering that and why did it hurt me? Because I know that it's a reflection of me. Okay? Plus, you don't know the reasons why that person might have done it. And unless you're having a conversation with them in an open dialect and they invite that information in that moment, or you ask, hey, can I talk to you so we can clear the air? Like intention is everything, but spirit will never have you send negative thoughts towards anybody or even want you to pick them up. Okay? Because truly it's victimhood consciousness. All right. So because energy is everything, you are not a victim. We are responsible for the energy we emanate and allow in. And let me tell you, if I do anything that is not of love, I feel it. Okay. Not only do I feel it, like it totally like makes me feel conjunct and I have to clear it because I am that. I am pure light. So I can't do anything. Even if I'm sitting here talking to you guys and something is not aligned, I feel it in my solar plexus, right? But I want to clear this because spirit will never have you throw anything negative at anybody. They won't do that. What they want you to do is looking within you to see where it resonates and why it is triggering you, why you can't just put that down thinking, you know what, that's just the shadow. Okay? It's never a lens of, ooh, they try to hurt me, or ooh, this person hurt me, or ooh, that hurt me. Why is this hurting me? Where am I giving my power away? Okay. So anytime you throw negative towards anybody, you are attacking them psychically. Okay. It is a wave of yuck and it's not love. It doesn't matter what you think your purpose is in doing it, don't do it. Okay. But because energy is so vast and very real, and it's like waves of energy and frequency. And so whatever we send has that vibration, right? So if I'm going to send love, it's going to be such a beautiful vibration and it's, you know what, and it creates a wave of love. If I'm sending judgment and ego, it creates a wave of those and it blocks everybody involved because we're all connected. Do you understand? Does that make sense to you guys? So, really quick, Archangel Uriel gave a message. And I'm going to read this really quickly to you, okay? And then we're going to get into talking about energy and the importance of it and how manifesting truly works because you're always manifesting. Why it's important to understand energy because in the ascension, we have to rise in frequency. And if you're picking up anything outside of love, you're not rising. Okay? If there's anything outside of love, heal it within you. That's all you got to do. Okay? Block your energy, put up protections if you need to. But chances are most people that are truly connected are not here to hurt you. So where's your lens? Is it love or is it victimhood consciousness, right? Is it ego or is it greed? That'll gauge what healing you need to do. Okay? Never about judgment. Judgment is not of God. All right? So Uriel says, changes are upon you. Sudden shift in knowing for mankind, a shock value of number 9. Okay, changes are upon you. There will be a sudden shift in knowing for mankind and a shock value of number 9. This is not necessarily fear um, that Archangel Uriel is speaking of, right? Angels don't generally do that, but it just means it's like something that's shocking, something that is big. Okay. So learn to hold more love and only be kind. Learn to hold more love and only be kind. Yeah. My vibration was sky high yesterday. I was manifesting again. I'd spent hours and days working on it. And then right away, as soon as that happened, somebody threw something gut-wrenching my way. And it's because the shadow will tempt you. If there's wounds in you, it's going to use it. And spirit will never tell you, hey, you need to throw this their way. You need to tell them how they hurt you. That's not how you would go about doing that anyways, unless somebody asked for it in that moment, or you're like, hey, can we have a conversation because something doesn't feel right? So I just want to clear the air. Right? And then you sit down and talk to somebody and be like, I just need to know, is this within me? Why is this happening? It hurt a little bit. Maybe I need to heal this. But we have a tendency to pick up that asshole energy and throw it at people. And I've said this many times on the Return of Christ path when I was activating pyramids and uniting with my DM and things is don't ever pick up that energy and don't ever throw judgments towards people. Okay, because you don't know why things are happening. There's too many layers. There's too many layers to energy, and energy doesn't lie, right? So everything should be about learning to hold more love and only being kind to yourself and to others. And when something is not there, you just have to heal it in you. Is your goal to change somebody else? Do you need to make them feel less than so you feel better? Are you trying to force an apology for something? Like, why are you so worried about what others are doing instead of what's happening with you? Okay. Throwing low energy and calling it love does not work. So I've seen this happen a lot where people will throw something negative and they're like, well, I mean it only in love, but it hurt so bad. Like it didn't feel good. Do you know what I mean? Like it shut down the energy because I am so sensitive. Like you can tell when something's not love, you should be able to feel it. Right. And so you can say, I fucking hate you with a smile and say, but it's out of love. That's kind of an example, right? Like, oh, I don't like what you're doing, but it's out of love because you need to learn. That's not it at all. Because on my journey, there's many times people are not doing something in a state of love, and I don't say anything in that moment because they have to learn. You have to give them space to grow and see things and heal, right? And so only if people truly ask, when they're ready, when they align to it, then it comes forward. Okay. So throwing low energy at somebody and calling it love does not work. Okay. Energy doesn't lie. Energy does not lie. Pay attention to all energetic details because there's layers to everything. Okay. And there can be deceptive energies, because temptations always rise for you to throw something negative and you don't even know why you're doing it, right? Spirit will never nudge you to throw judgments towards anybody or any kind of justifications. You know what I mean? Like those kinds of things. Spirit will never do that. What Spirit will do is have you go within you and reflect. Why are these things affecting me? What can I do to heal them? Right? Unless somebody is saying something to you in that moment and they're inviting an open conversation in a dialect or a response in that moment. Does that make sense? So pay attention to all energetic details and slow way down and clear your mind. So Archangel Uriel's message is changes are upon you. Sudden shift in knowing for mankind, a shock value of 9. These are big. That's what that means. It's not anything we could see coming or fully understand at one time. Learn to hold more love and only be kind because we are in the shift now. Okay, this is it. New Earth is here now. So learn to hold more love and only be kind. Anything that comes my way, I'm like, nope, I have to clear it. That's not love. That's not love. I have to clear it. I'm not going to throw it at anybody. Ooh, especially like things will come with my DM. There'll be lots of things that come about my DM. And they want me to pick that up. They want me to hold it. They want me to believe it. They want me to throw something negative out there because that is how sensitive energy is. So if I literally go, oh, my DM doesn't, and I'm not even going to entertain any of it because I'm not going to put it in the energy. No, I only choose love. It's not true. I only choose love. My other half is not going to be anything but love because I'm only love. It's not true. I don't need to justify what they've done to me. I need to figure out why it's triggering me, and I need to heal that. And if I'm into an open dialect with somebody, that occurs in a different way, right? Like if somebody truly did hurt you, you can say, hey, I'd like to talk to this with you about this. Why did this happen? But only if they're ready, only if they're willing. Otherwise, look within you. Don't throw anything towards anybody. Okay. because that's a psychic attack. What you're doing, it's outside of love. You're not looking at them with the lens of love. You're looking at them as you're a victim. Okay? So, Archangel Uriel says, changes are upon you, sudden shift in knowing for mankind, shock value of number 9. Learn to hold more love and only be kind. And throwing low energy and calling it love does not work. It doesn't change it to love. Just because you put love behind something doesn't mean that that was the energy of what you just did. Does that make sense? If it's based in a wound or victimhood consciousness or karma, like, you know what I'm saying? Or ego or greed, jealousy, envy. Those are some of the main attacks that I've experienced through the Return of Christ stuff. So be very mindful of that. It is that easy. Okay. Pay attention to all energetic details. Slow it way down and clear your mind. Slow it way down and clear your mind, right? Don't be reactive. Respond means you sit with things, you understand all layers of the totality of what it is, and then you respond with love. So if something negative is coming my way, I have to look at it and go, ooh, something needs healed. Why is this happening? Why am I thinking anything outside of love? I need to heal this. Why is this triggering me? There's a wound in me I need to heal. I'm not here to change them. I'm here to change me. And they're reflecting something that is happening inside of me. Because one can only see what is in them to see. One can only feel the trueness of the energy. Okay? So we can say many things, but the energy will not lie. All right? So slow way down and clear your mind. And again, spirit communicates with us. I'm going to do a video tomorrow on how to understand, communicate with spirit. Spirit communicates with us in many ways, but if it is not pure love, it's not spirit. If they're not asking you to reflect in you, it's not spirit. There was a couple times on my journey where they said I needed to stick up for myself, but that was when I was actively being attacked. Okay, I just had to speak my truth. That was it. Just speak my truth. It wasn't like throw something at them, right? Just stand up for myself. No, I don't see that as true. That's not true. That's not what happened. Okay. So you have to be very clear in that. Spirit's never going to ask you to throw anything at anybody that's not love. They're only going to ask you to reflect in you what is aligning with that. Okay, because there's so much going on you don't understand. And unless you're listening to somebody else to understand, you're going for right and wrong. Okay? And I've literally had people do that where they're throwing something at me and then they're like, but it's not about that. And I'm like, it's exactly what it's about. Okay? What is your true goal and intention? Is it to learn to hold more love and only be kind? Because that's the lens we need to rise. Okay. So energy is very sensitive, it's very vast, and it's all encompassing. We are all connected through that energy and light. Light is the same thing as energy. It's a frequency that emanates what our eyes perceive to be a color. Okay, I'm a master light healer, but that also doesn't mean that I'm not a master already in Reiki. Reiki is energy and light. It's what I do naturally. Okay, all modalities were fragmented pieces of the one. Okay, so as a master, I can see it all. I can see the creation of all of it. It's pretty cool. When I do healings, they're not normal. And people are so accustomed to fear that it's hard for them to understand that, right? Because they go into a state of fear, and especially with what the medical world has done and how sick people have gotten and things. So, energy and light are basically the same thing. Light comes through frequencies of energy. It's a certain frequency base that emanates what we perceive to be light. Okay. Rays. Okay. It's certain frequencies that emanate a color. Your aura is your frequency energy base and it emanates waves of light if you can see it. right? That's why you can actually smell color. Some of us that are more sensitive in that area, we can taste color, we can smell color. It's a frequency, it's an energetic base. We are all energy, okay? And energy does not lie. So no matter what your mind wants to tell you or the wounded part of yourself wants to tell you, you can't change that wave. You can't make it be something it's not. It's either love or it's not. Okay, it's either high vibration or it's not. And that's why a lot of people are like, hey, match the frequency of money. Don't do that because money was actually very dirty. I undid the money matrix for the collective soul out of the earth, out of the pentagon and the pentagram, and the control that it had. And it was very dark. It was very negative, and there was a lot of bloodshed for money. People would die for money and kill for money. Money became more important for love, and that's the way they wanted it. Consumerism, keeping up with the Joneses, always having more than somebody else, money being more important than anything in the world, and that's not the new earth. So you want to match the frequency of love in everything that you do. And when you're not, it's not about, hey, blaming somebody else for how they made you feel. It's about what in you can you heal. Because if something is happening in your outer environment, it's because it's trying to show you something within you. It's time for you to heal that. It's time for you to see it. It's time for you to feel it. It's time for you to recognize it, whatever. It is here to help you heal in you. Okay. And so that's a frequency of love. That's a lens of love. It's like, oh, this is happening. I don't blame, it's nobody's fault. It's showing me something. It's here to show me something. It's the energy's way of saying, hey, this is a layer that we need to rise in frequency. So have you ever noticed, like, we have people who are creating on YouTube, and then we have others who are here to say, oh, you're not doing this good enough, and I don't like how you do that. Oh, and when you actually do that, you're judging, and it hurts both of you. Yeah. It's if they ask for constructive criticism and they're like, hey, how can I do this better for you? Or what would you guys like me to do? And you could be like, I really love what you do, but can you do this? Maybe it would be great. Those kinds of things. It all depends on your delivery, your intention, and the energy behind what you say and do. Love and growth are good. Judgment is not. Okay, so there's a difference. How you deliver it, when you deliver it, the mannerism and when you deliver it, your intention behind the delivery. Are you trying to make yourself feel better at others' expenses? That's judgment. It's a power control. Okay? And if you don't like in others what they're doing, why don't you get out there and do it better? But that's still judgment, right? Right? So we should always be positive. And even in psychology, they say don't end on a negative, right? You want to end on a positive. Start everything with a positive, end everything with a positive. It's constructive criticism. It's about growth. And some people's lens is victimhood consciousness based. So I could say many things and they're going to take it very personal. So we should tread lightly with that stuff. We should learn to encompass more love and reflect more love only, and only do things when people ask for them, right? Only do things when people ask for them. Like, for instance, in my coaching programs, you sign up to get coached. So I'm going to tell you, hey, you got to do this. This is where you're going to need to align. This is what you need to do to hear spirit clearly. This is what's blocking you. And if you come and take that personally, you're never going to get there. Okay. It's just about, oh, okay, cool. It's a new way of looking at something. Cool. It's a new layer I need to release. Okay. Now I can connect deeper. I didn't see that before, or whatever the case may be, right? Never about blame or right and wrong. It's never about that. Um, but outside of that coaching, unless it's agreed upon that I'm going to send something your way when spirit says it, like I won't sit here and just go, hey, you're not doing good enough, or hey, it's always the intent of growth and intent and purpose and timing, and for the reason we signed up to do it. You see what I'm saying? They came to me for that. It's not like I'm just going outside of it and saying, hey, you need to do this better. I don't ever do. I don't ever go to other people's channels and be like, I don't like that. I don't like that. If I don't like it, then I won't do anything. I don't dislike because that's a judgment, and it's also like making them realize you don't like them. Like, why do we do that? Why do we feel the need to do that? Why do we need to tell people they're doing something wrong, especially if they didn't ask for, hey, can you give me some feedback? If you go into something and you know feedback's going to be applied, that's one thing. But if you're doing something to benefit others or for a purpose of, creativity or whatever, you don't need to tell people to do it better. If they ask for feedback, yes, give them constructive feedback. But not everybody can handle that, right? I love feedback, but only when I ask you. Otherwise, it's judgment. You know what I'm saying? But that's the difference. Is somebody sending you judgment or is it feedback? And how can you tell? Judgment's going to be like, I don't like this and I don't like you and you didn't do this good enough, or, like comparing you to others. Where constructive criticism is like, I love what you do. I love this. Maybe we could try this because I feel like I need that. Could you do that for me? Or something like that. Do you understand the difference? So, is it judgment? Is it to make you feel better by their expense? That's a power, control, and a judgment, right? And none of those things are of love. So if I'm sitting here going, oh, I don't like them, I don't like what they did, it's a psychic attack. And it could be that they're sending negative my way, and I'm picking it up and reflecting it. Me personally, as a master, I'm a pure reflection. And it took me a long time to understand that because I would just always look in me. And sometimes I'm like, okay, well, maybe I need to clear this energy together. You know what I'm saying? Rather than just something's going on with me. I didn't realize it was also within them and they were reflecting it my way. That's how energy works. Okay, psychic attacks are so easy to happen and occur, and all you have to do is send something negative somebody's way. And you don't realize the ripple effect that that has because everything is layered. We have a tendency to look at one layer of things, and there's like at least 50 of them in that one layer. Okay, so we may think it's simple, and then I've been clearing this for the last I don't know how long, 12 hours more, you know what I'm saying? Like energy is vast. And so when you're manifesting, do it from love, gratitude. Those are very high vibrational frequencies. If your lens is of love and your energy is very high vibrational, you're not going to pick up anything that's lower vibrational. And you don't want to sit here and judge others. You just want to make sure you're aligned to love. Okay. And then what you're always thinking and feeling, you're creating. Boom, boom, boom. It's like this cogwheel of energetic flow. Okay. And that's what they would use against you for their agenda. Always have you thinking about, oh, I need money. I need to do this. I need to do that. Giving your power away. Where God says the new earth is about, hey, what are you creating and why? Well, for me, it's about more love. I can't focus on money. I focus on love. I focus on my vibration. I focus on betterment. Where can I improve myself? Where am I not communicating clearly? Okay, if people are not liking me, what can I do to reflect more love rather than any other lens? You know, that's the key. Um, what am I creating? What do I want to do with my day to day? And it has to be in balance. And so these are the things we should be focusing on. And if something comes in that doesn't feel right, ooh, I need to go within and heal that. Okay. I can't blame them. I can't do anything. It's either a test or a lesson or something, somebody picked it up and threw it. Either way, I need to clear it. Okay, I need to make sure I'm aligned. I need to make sure my vibration is high and my cogwheel is always boom, boom, boom being created in the right way. Okay, because energy doesn't lie, it doesn't stop moving. If energy stops moving in you, it becomes stagnated and things are building up. It becomes compound. Same with emotions. If you don't deal with one emotion and the moment it rises, it becomes compound. Then you develop things like depression and anger and all of these things because we weren't taught to deal with the emotions when they come in. We aren't taught to read emotions. We aren't really taught to read a lot of energetic layers. Okay? Energy doesn't lie. All right. And so if your lens is not of pure love, there's something in your energy that you need to heal. It's not about them needing to change. You don't need to tell them what they do wrong. You need to heal it within you. Okay. If somebody comes to me for coaching, I'm going to tell them, hey, this is what you need to clear, 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 clear to get that lens. This is what you need to do so you can connect more. It's never about, oh, you're not doing it right. And no, it's just, where is my lens? Where is my energy going? And what wounds are blocking me? And that's what you should always be worried about. Okay. If somebody does something that hurts you, Spirit asks you to reflect in you. Okay. If you want to say something to somebody, you go, hey, can I talk to you? Is it okay if we sit down? Because I just want clarity on these things. And maybe in that clarity, I'm going to find out why it's triggering me. Because it doesn't matter what anybody does to me, I can't let it get to me. I cannot allow somebody else to take me off my vibration. So as soon as that energy came in, I blocked it, I cleared it, I wouldn't look at it, didn't want to digest, and I kept hearing the waves coming. So I kept calling my power back, kept clearing it, and I spent all night doing it. And then today, my vibration took a hit, and I was like, ooh. You know, all that work, you know what I mean? It's like, why do people pick up the asshole energy? Oh, I don't know. And so to heal it, you heal it within you. Okay? You don't force others to change to appease you. It's getting to a point where things don't hurt you and they don't affect you because you're love and you love yourself and you realize that they were picking up the shadow, that something else was going on there. Does this make sense? Like, I'm not worried about what others are doing. I need to be worried about in me and making sure I clear it out immediately so it doesn't become compound and stagnant, so that it doesn't take me off my path, so that it doesn't block me from seeing clearly and from feeling clearly and my vibration for being really high. And so I had to take a step back and I've been clearing it nonstop. Man, my vibration was super high and it took a hit. And now all morning I've been trying to clear it and remove it out. See what you see? Instead of going, you did this, that, and the other. Look, maybe they did pick up the asshole energy, but what was going on with it, that doesn't matter. I'm not here to sit them and tell them this and that and the other. That's up to them unless they ask generally, or if they're in a, you know what I'm saying? I don't go to other people's channels and go, ooh, I don't like you and you're not doing this right. If something doesn't feel right, then I don't listen. I don't pick it up. Or I release in me so I can learn more love. That's actually the main thing that I do. What in me feels the need to judge them? What in me feels the need to say, I don't like that. Something's not feeling right in me. So that means it's reflecting in me. And this is an energy wave I need to clear because once I clear it and my vibration's high, that's what's going to surround me anyways. Does that make sense? So if there's something coming up that I don't like, okay, it's either really easy for me to just not be affected at all and be like, cool. Or if it's something that's really affecting me, what in me is connecting to that effect? Okay. Your internal compass matters. Making sure your energy is pure and high vibration matters. Listening to your internal light and internal flow matters. Not trying to reflect out to others, not trying to change others to appease you, but to change you so that you're not affected by any of that, right? Like the moment something came in years ago, I might have sat there and just really ruminated on it or felt into it or read it and immediately I was like, nope, that doesn't feel right. I could feel it right away. And I'm like, let's clear it. And I've just been clearing it. And I politely said, something's not right. I'm not going to read that, right? Talk to your guides, maybe, like something's off. And that's what I said. But I'm using this as an example because if we don't work together, if we don't learn to understand these energies and what we were doing in the matrix and what we need to do into the new earth, we're not helping each other and we're not rising. We need to rise together in unity as one and as one unit of love and light. Because it's never about who's wrong and right. It's about learning to hold more love and only being kind. Like there's been time, like nobody's perfect. There's been times I let a negative energy overcome me, and it would reflect out. And when I do that, I don't feel good. And I know it. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I would like to clear that. And I will have to do that in order to feel clear within me. You understand? Like, I will have to, if I send something out that didn't feel right, I have to stop and clear it within me. Why did I do that? Why did I accept something other than love? Where is my lens? And I will send out an apology. I'm sorry I did that. That was not what was meant to be. I didn't mean to pick it up because I will feel it within me and it will block my connection. It will block my own vibration. Okay. So even if I send something out to somebody else that wasn't love, it blocks me. So if I'm sending out something because Spirit asked me to, because you signed up or asked, and it's meant for soul growth and understanding the path, that's who I am. That doesn't block me. It doesn't block me, right? And so there's so many layers to everything. Unless you have an open dialogue, don't assume anything. Look within you. If this doesn't feel right, what within me doesn't feel right? Dig into that feeling, dig into that emotion because it's energy. And it's something that's within you to heal because Spirit tells you you cannot see in others something that's not in you to see. Okay? Even myself, I cannot reflect anything but love. If I do, it hurts me. Truly. That's the way it works. So if anybody, and I tell people all the time, like when I was clearing the Holy Grail and bringing down the blood of Christ, and it was very spoken very clearly to not bring judgment into these places because it has to be only love. If you go into the house of God and you bring anything but love, it hurts you. That's how it works. Okay. And when you're manifesting, if I'm not manifesting in a high vibration and there's something little kinky in that little energy that's not quite high vibe, that's not love, will block me. And generally, it has something to do with self-worth or ego, greed, those kinds of things. Okay. Belief, always reflections of you, because nothing happens to you, only through you. So make sure everything you're doing is learning to hold more love. I have things come in all the time that want me to think negative about my DM, and I'm sure he has the same thing. And I'm like, nope, that's not love. I have to clear it out. I have to be very careful to shut my mind down. Don't think. So I will literally stop the thought process if it's negative. And when I was giving my power away to the shadow, I wouldn't do that. For a moment there, I was like, nah, screw it. I mean, I'll have so many things come in going, I deserve love and I deserve that. Well, okay, give it to myself. I'm not going to think negative. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like I have to stop the thoughts and clear the mind and call in love. Nope, I'm love. I'm only love. I call my power back. I clear it all out. I'm love. And I release what is not. Okay, so learn to hold more love and only be kind because if I even allow those thoughts to form in my mind, it's an energetic wave that doesn't just affect them, it affects me too. God is only love, and that is where we're all connected, is through love. And if we want to pick up the other, then we're connecting through the shadow, not God. And wounds. I don't want to trauma bond, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to bond through wounds. I want to bond through love. So energy should be something that is highly looked at in detail. Feel more than think. You have to feel. If this does not feel like love, it's not from the spirit. Okay, if they're throwing something my way that's not love, that's not from spirit. And I don't need to tell them what they're doing wrong. I need to clear in me what it's connecting to because that's the reflections that relate to you, right? Because if it's not going to affect me, it might be a lesson I'm relearning to not respond to. And if I fully healed it, it won't trigger me. And then it fades away and won't happen again. But if it triggers me, there's something more I need to do in the work. but not reflect it back to them. Okay. There was only a couple times where spirit said, stick up for yourself in my journey. And that was when I was actually active being attacked and they were throwing negativity my way. And I'll have to say, sorry, that's not my truth. Okay. Making the sense? I hope it does because you guys, if we are not matching the highest waves of energy, we have work to do. Okay. And as these energy waves are coming in, they were supposed to help you release those. But if we're not actively growing as a soul, learning to hold more love only and being kind, then we're not soul growth and rising. I don't need anybody else to feel less than me. I only want everybody to feel more love. So if somebody's doing something, okay, here's another thing, and especially on the crisis line, I would have to use this a lot, is if somebody's throwing something at me, I know there's a wound in them. Okay. So I'm not here to sit there, look at you, blah, 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 blah. That's that right and wrong fighting. It's, oh, maybe their day is off. Maybe something truly happened to them and they don't feel good on the inside and they're at a point where they're just reflecting. And so why pick up that wound? I need to love them where others have not, or they're just really depleted in it. So instead of going, reflecting and that hurt me and that hurt me, it's like, wait, they were hurting too. Right? Lens of love. Maybe they were having a bad day. Why don't we have those lenses? Like maybe they were having a bad day and they just need love. I'm getting a lot of chills when I'm saying that. So somebody did something to hurt you. Like I would have some crazy calls on the crisis line and they didn't know me from Tom, Dick, or Harry. First time talking to me and they would say the meanest thing, and even in behavioral, granted they were kids, so it was still like, less impactful, but they would say some really hurtful things, but they didn't know me. But they would definitely go to hurt you. You know what I mean? And my first thought is always they're hurting. Something in them is really hurting them at this time. It's never a, for me, it's, you know what, they don't know me. They don't know what's going on with me. And clearly they need help. They need love. They need love. So instead of a right and wrong, you did this, they need love just as much as I do because they're reflecting what's hurting me where I need love. That's energy. Okay. That's a lens of love. Learn to hold more love and only be kind. Okay, I'm sorry you feel that way. That sucks, and I can tell something in you hurt you to make you into this space of hurt. Like, I love you. If somebody ever said the meanest things to you and you're just like, I love you, what would that do? Can you do that? Or does it trigger you? Hi, my angel. My doggy's in here. Hi, my angels. What are you doing, my lovers? Come here. Hi, my angel. She used to always come in on my videos. Yes, she did. Hi. I do, my angels. How do you? What are you wanting? Huh? What are you wanting? You're my husky musky. What are you doing? You see her? Oh, I love her. Oh, I love her. So, why are we here to blame and shame? And you did this to hurt me. Now I feel better. Does it really make you feel better to tell somebody all the ways they've hurt you? Not necessarily. No. It's realizing that maybe they are having a bad day. Maybe they're hurting too. And we both have a wound that's similar. Maybe we both have a wound that's similar that we need to heal. And by me recognizing it, not picking it up and sending love, not only am I healing it in me, I'm healing it in them too. Okay. Don't throw anything at anybody but love and kindness and realize that if they're doing something that is triggering you, there's a wound of equality in both of you. There is some wave of connection there. Everything's a reflection of you. If it's coming up repeatedly in my outer environment, if these things keep rising and it's triggering me, I need to do more work. I need to heal it. But once it comes up and it doesn't affect me anymore, and I'm like, okay, I just send it love. Usually it goes away and doesn't return again. Okay. We forgot that it's all about love, not blame and shame and victimhood consciousness, and because we all have wounds. Um, Generally speaking, if it's in the wave of energy, 1111. If it's in the wave of energy, it's affecting them and it's going to affect me too if there's something that I have within me that relates to it. Or can I see that and go, man, they're hurting. Something's bothering them. They're hurting. They need love. Maybe they were hurt themselves. Maybe there's an attack happening to them. Maybe there's a compound vibration they're stuck in. And I need to be the reflection of love only. And I'm going to look at that and go, that's not love. I only choose love. If something's laid out in front of the table and it's like, well, I can't, that's not love. If God says, hey, do this, you can do it. If God puts an opportunity on your plate, trust me, there's a way through it if you want it. But you are a creator. So what are we creating? Are we creating victimhood stuff or are we creating waves of love? Everything that comes, are you creating a wave of love? Are you spending time doing the work within you, or are you trying to change somebody else? Can you see that maybe they were wounded too? Or are you like, ooh, I don't like them? What is your lens? It reflects the energy in you. Anything that comes up, I can either choose to give it power or choose not to. That's free will. And that determines where we go in the ascension. Energy is everything, and energy does not lie. Okay. So if somebody's constantly triggering you, like if I'm constantly triggering somebody, I'm going to reflect their shadow. That's what I am as a master. That's what I am as the sun and as the soul path. I'm going to invoke your shadow because, especially with me, because it's very heightened. Okay. That is my energy. I am that reflection. And so if it's something that rises, it's just that reflection. And so it's a really great idea to be like, ooh, well, what in me is reflecting this? Like, why is this triggering me? Because that's not love. So let's love more. I'm going to send love her way and I'm going to send love into myself and I'm going to release what is not, call my power back and only choose love, only choose thoughts of love, only choose words of love. And if they were sending something my way, they need love. There have been times on my journey, however, where somebody picked up that asshole energy, especially when I was bringing through the Return of Christ work, battling with my twin flame. You better believe that there's that asshole energy that will tempt everybody. And those that choose to pick it up and reflect it out are blinded. Okay. And they become more blinded. And I've had many times where I'm like, can you stop doing that? Or that's not love. And they don't care. So it gets to a point where I cannot help them. And I do have a right to put up a boundary because you can't, healthy boundaries still come in unconditional love. Okay. But I can still choose not to have negative thoughts about them. And if their energy hurts me when they come around, I will put up more barriers. But I still wish them well. I still send them love. And I heal the wound within me that was triggered by what they did. Because it's about learning to hold more love and only being kind. And if we can't do that, we're not rising. If we're not reflecting inward and saying, I need to heal this, Not just seeing it, not just calling my power back. There's obviously something tied to that. And I need to heal it. And maybe I just need to send them love. You know, if they called me up on the crisis line, they were having, I'm telling you, like you will get the worst of the worst on there. People having a really bad day. It was very few that actually wanted help. Like there was a couple that there's nothing you could do or say, and they didn't care. They just wanted to be negative and they wanted to hurt you. But for 99.9% of them, they were hurting and they don't know how but to bleed that wound. And if I sit here and get upset by what they do, we get nowhere. But if I'm like, they need more love. This is a wound. I can't take this personally. I can't take this personally because something hurt them to bring them here. I'm here to help them. I have an opportunity that others don't have. Our lens is everything, and it will determine where you go in the ascension. Energy is everything, and energy does not lie. It's very layered. It's a test, a temptation test. Okay. It's to see if you've learned the lesson because once you actually heal it and truly heal it, it will play out again. If it doesn't tempt you, if you make a better decision this time, it's fully healed. If it's not triggering you, it's fully healed. Otherwise, if it gets you, heal. There's more healing to do within you, not trying to change somebody else. Love them too. Being like, oh man, you said this and it kind of hurt. What do you need? I love you. I'm here to help you love because clearly there's a wound in you. And I'm going to be honest, my guard became very heightened because of all the attacks that I had. And so I'm sitting here going, that's not fair. I need to clear that guard. And that's what I've been doing. Right? I can be like, well, everybody else doesn't care. They've all hurt me. I need that guard. No, I don't. It's a barrier. Okay. It's them picking up the shadow, and they have free will to do so. But I can still learn to love even more. No matter what others have done to me, I can love even more because clearly I wasn't loving me. Clearly they need more love. It's all about where love is not. Not about I need to tell them what they did. I need to prove them wrong. I need to feel better about myself by showing them what they did to me. It's not necessarily about that. If there's something you want to clear, then you ask them to have a conversation with you. You ask them if they're open to hearing it. And if it's a two-way conversation and it comes in a state of love, that's different. That's soul growth stuff so that we can learn together, right? Does this make any sense? I hope it does. I will be doing a video tomorrow on how to communicate with spirit. Enjoy your day, my friends. I love you all. It's never about anything but learning to hold more love and learning to only be kind. Okay? And even no matter what comes my way with my DM on the inside, that's not love. And I have to call it out, clear the mind, quiet the mind, call my power back, clear out the energies that are not mine, and give myself lots of love, raise my vibration, heal my chakras, clear them, align my path. Why is this getting in? What do I need to do to clear it? It doesn't matter what they're doing. What matters is it's affecting both of us. It's affecting both of us, not just one of us. It's affecting both of us, and we both need love. Okay? If it's something that's not love, don't reflect it back. Heal it within you. That's what you got to do. All right, my friends? And maybe send them lots of love because if somebody comes to you very negative and you're just like, I love you, but I love you, that means you've healed it all within you. It's not triggering you. And your lenses of love, you can see that they need more love. And people can beat you down. It happened to me. So many energies attacking and dragging me down. And let me tell you, I didn't get a lot of love, but I can still love myself and I still choose to love more. So, can you take it further every time and just love more? That's what determines rising or not. That's a testament to God. Okay? All right. So much love, my friends. I will see you next time. 1221 1111's important video. See you later.